Colombia's government has decreed a 7% increase in the minimum wage, but the move has not been welcomed by the unions. Our correspondent in Bogota, Natalia Margarita, explains why.
Union leaders gather in front of the Ministry of Labor to protest the government's decision to increase the minimum wage by $15. After failed negotiations in which businessmen were pushing to limit the increase to 6% while workers were demanding 11%, the government leaned towards the employers and decreed a 7% increase.
The government has sided with the employers' pettiness, didn't need the fair call of the workers and denied them a few more cents that were important in order to stimulate the demand for goods and services. On that point, I believe that bosses themselves are committing suicide.
Unions have categorically rejected a minimum salary of $220, one of the lowest in Latin America. They say that instead of improving the workers' quality of life, the 7% wage increase will only compensate for the country's rising inflation, which ended 2015 at over 6%, the highest in the last 10 years.
In Colombia, those who earn the minimum wage spend 70% of it on food. And according to the National Department of Statistics, the price of basic food needs has increased by 12%. So this is not an increase, it actually leaves workers worse off.
On top of the low wage increase, Colombians will start the new year with a tax reform in which VAT on even the most basic goods is expected to rise. That, together with a highly devalued currency, is leaving the population with very few options.
What we workers will have to do next year is hold a nationwide strike against the labor and tax policies that the government is implementing. It's raising the tax to 19%, and basic food prices are expected to go up because of the drought. So the situation developing in the country is quite dire.
Now, unions say that even worse than the minimum wage itself is the fact that, according to their estimations, half of the working population earns even less than that, as informal employment is widespread in Colombia. Natalia Margarita, teleSUR, Bogota.